designer dogs are a hybrid type of dog, which means that they have either one or more types of breed inside of their bloodline. These hybrid dogs are being sold at prices that are just outrageous to a normal person to purchase a dog. But at these outrageous prices, are you getting what you pay for? Braden, how much do you know about these designer dogs, or mutts as they're commonly known?
I don't know much about, how they act or anything, but I do know that expensive ones are expensive ones. More common ones, I would think, are mutts and stuff.
Okay. With the more expensive, what are you meaning there? Like, are you meaning like a Labradoodle or a Golden Doodle or a Shih Tzu, or are you meaning like one that's been on the farm and bred by whoever?
Some of the ones, that are selected to become some of those names are even crossbred to be Labradoodle or anything like that, or showcased as something.
Okay.
Like a dog like that.
Okay. James Dean, do you believe that these designer dogs are the better breed?
Yes, because you can get the qualities of one dog and the qualities of a different dog and combine them to get a better dog together.
Okay. What happens if you're combining a dog and you don't like some of the qualities, and when you do breed that with the other dog, what happens if you get the bad qualities that you didn't want?
And I guess you're just going to have to try again.
Okay. Caleb, does this designer dogs as a genre, does that affect you?
No.
Why not?
Either dog's fine. It's just a dog.
Okay. So you say you're looking for a dog, and you live out on a farm. Usually they have mutts running around on a farm.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to walk into a store and a mutt's going to be more expensive.
Mm-hmm. I won't pay that much for a mutt.
Why?
They're not worth it. When you can go walk on to another farm place and get one for next to nothing.
Very true. Grandpa, have you ever had a designer dog?
Yeah, we had a poodle.
Okay. And was that a good dog?
Right, it was. The only thing it was bred down so well that you had a lot of issues with them, but they were a good dog.
Braden, do you know some of the health risks that would come along with these designer dogs?
Well, being bred together from different, kinds of dogs, like there's health risks or genetic diseases that come from each side that could be introduced into from both sides into one dog. So, like hip dysplasia or anything like that.
That's very true. With these designer dogs, a lot of people are putting them on a showcase. They're wonderful, they're wonderful. Like your Labradoodle, we'll say. We've got hypoallergenic. It's great. You're allergic to their hair, they don't shed. Wonderful, you can have a dog. But you're mixing a Labrador Retriever, which has hip dysplasia, and a Poodle, which has hip dysplasia, and bringing them together. That's where they're not looking when they're making these. They need to be looking at the health risks that both breeds have, but when they bring them together like that, they're raising the chance of those diseases that you were talking about, like hip dysplasia or any genetic diseases that may be passed down, such as cancer. It happens quite a bit with that. Caleb, do you know the health benefits that would come with these designer dogs?
I've always been told they're healthier. They don't always have the problems that a purebred has.
That's very true. It can happen. Say you've got the Shih Tzu, which is a Shih Tzu and a Poodle. Your Shih Tzus have a lot of respiratory problems. They're just known for it. Your Poodles, they don't necessarily have as many. So when you're bringing those together, you can offset those a little bit easier than if you're just breeding down on the Shih Tzu side.
Yep.
James Dean, does this genre of designer dogs or mutts, does that affect you or your life?
Yes.
And how does that affect your life?
Well, my grandma breeds designer dogs called Cavalier King Charles Spaniels.
Purebred dogs.
What?
They're purebred.
Oh.
But you're right. It does affect you because if grandma's, if somebody's gonna come into grandma's house and say, I want this Cavalier, but can you tell me why, this Cavalier is better than that Shih Tzu or a Cabochon? That's where they're getting very distinct issues in that. And like at home, you have a mutt that technically that's what they're saying. That's a designer dog. Did you pay $2,000 for her?
No.
Got her for free off a farm, huh?
Yes.
And Grandpa, would you rather have a purebred dog or would you rather have a mutt?
I think you're better off having a purebred,
Why is that?
because you get their better papers and better health. Cause a mutt, you don't know what you're getting.
That's very true.
You get everything, and this way you know what you got.
Right. And that's where they're running into their problems is, they're breeding these together and then they're saying, yeah, this is what you got.
Right,
And then you end up with problems that they never said they would have.
right.
Walking into it thinking you're not going to have a respiratory problem, and then you end up with a respiratory problem.
Well, most time when they mix breeds, you get a lot of stuff you don't want, so.
Exactly. It's very complicated. It's on the one hand, it's great. On the other, it's, do you want to pay that money to not know what you're getting?
Right.
So, as we've talked about, these designer dogs do affect most people. And these designer dogs can be the better breed, but there's a lot of things out there that are saying these designer dogs are not the better breed.